welcome to my Kickstarter. Thanks so much for taking the time to look. I really appreciate it. Please have a look at all the information below me. Please have a look at the pictures. Take a look at all the information because I've got absolutely no doubt that I'll forget to say something on here. But it's always nice for you to meet me, and this is the only way to do it at the moment. So, my name's Dianne, I'm an artist. I live in Middlesbrough. For those of you who are not UK based, Middlesbrough is a medium-sized town, not a city, but not tiny, in the northeast of England. For those of you who are UK based, it's not as bad as you think. It's actually quite a cool town. If it wasn't, I would have gone long before now, but born and bred, been away to university, blah blah blah, and yeah, I love it here. So I'm in my studio at the moment. It's part of the Jilt Street Artists Studio Group. There's 8 artists involved in it, and in my room there's another 2 guys who share my room, so I have a third of this space. So you can see my work on the wall behind me and my messy paints and things. I'll let you have a little quick look, a little scan around. There's a paint store there. There's my messy paint desk, and outside is my view of the bus station and all of the noisy buses. That's what you can hear throughout this video. I apologise. I'm going to keep it really brief because really there's not that much that I can say. You have a really good look at my work. If you like my work, if you appreciate what I do, then I'd be incredibly grateful and love you forever if you backed me even a tiny amount, up to it, whatever you can manage. I'd be so grateful. So my work is very feminine orientated. It's very much about my story and about the stories of other women. It's portrait based, figurative. It's about fantasies, realities, dreams, and exploring those themes. You'll notice within my work that there's kind of a colour theme, there's a technique theme, the colours of greens, blues, turquoise, purples run through it, and I think even though it's greens and blues, they're still, the way that I use them are quite feminine colours. The work that I want to do for this particular project, I've got an exhibition in January at the Python Gallery in Middlesbrough, which is an excellent gallery, and I need to create a new body of work for that. I'm on with it. I've got a few pieces made. The reason that I want this funding, or need this funding, is to be able to produce really kind of boundary pushing work, so that I've got the time, the space, the materials to be able to really create the work that I want to create, to not have to be precious about what I'm creating, because money generally for me is quite scarce. I work at this full time. It's my absolute passion. I'm not myself if I don't paint. However, it can be a bit of a struggle, especially when it comes to materials. I sell work, yeah, but I can't say that I'm yet comfortable getting there. Things are picking up and I do have collectors. But this just feels like an opportunity to really, really push myself. If I'm precious about what I'm creating because I've had a certain amount of tiny money to buy some canvases and buy some paints, then I've got to make work that is saleable, is decent. I've got to really concentrate on making that work and be precious about it. And that's not conducive to a boundary pushing way of creating work. In order to really push my practice, I need to be able to make mistakes. I need to be able to say, it doesn't matter if this canvas turns out rubbish. It doesn't matter if I can't show this piece. I've learned something from it, and that's what it's about. Generally, I've found when I haven't been precious about the work, then happy accidents happen. and something incredible can happen, and I can just be relaxed and in the flow of creating the work, and things really just happen and work. It just really pushes itself on, and I'm not constrained, and that's what this whole thing is about. It's about exploring my story and exploring similar stories that other people have been through. There'll be a little bit more writing about it. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the video, but you'll also, if you follow this work and you follow the body of work that I'm doing, you'll find out a little bit more, because I'm very much going to open up about my own story and about the experiences that have happened to me, which I'm hoping will resonate with other people in some way, so that the work really draws people in. Yeah, so once the body of work is created, which I have until January to do, because I've got an exhibition at Python then, there'll be a private view, you'll all be invited. The exhibition will run for around about a month, and I'll probably do a couple of artist talks for that. And then, I'm incredibly excited about this bit. I've been asked to exhibit some of my work down at the Brick Lane Gallery in London, but that's a fee-based exhibition, so I kind of need more money for exhibiting, for transport, to be able to be at the private view, etc. for that. So it's all rolled into one. It's a continuation of my practice. Basically, anything that you are able to pledge is a huge support to me and will allow me to continue pushing my practice forward. And I've got huge ambitions. I've been doing this for a lot of years. Like, I graduated in 2003 from Huddersfield University with my BA, and since then I've really had a kind of burning desire to really make it with my art. And then, see, this is me going into my story now, which is supposed to be holding back, but you know, you guys. Yeah, I had time out from painting, like 6 years, because I got married and was not supported in my art at all, and it just stopped happening. And then I've got back into it. I've been doing it again for like 3.5, 4 years, 3.5, and that burning desire, it went away for a little while, but then so did most of me. But I found me again, and that burning desire is really, really strong. So my point about that is, if you're helping me now, I'll remember that when it comes to the time that I've made it, and I will. That sounds completely big-headed. I don't mean it to, but I just really believe that I've got a story to tell that will resonate with people, and I can tell that through my art. So if what I've talked about, if you've actually stayed and listened to any of that waffle, resonates with you, if you like my work, if you'd like to support me and make an investment, then you're kind of investing. If you help me out now, it takes me forward onto a journey where the price of my work will increase, so you're in a bit of a win-win if you do get some of my work. But I suppose there's that part on the Kickstarter where it says what's the risks. The risks, there's hardly any risks. The work is going to be made. It may not be on perfectly framed or on brilliant canvases if I don't get this money, but I'll still do it, and I'm still going to keep going. If you can help me a little bit along the way, then like I say, I'll just be incredibly grateful. The Brick Lane Gallery may not happen if I don't get this, But someday it will. I just need to stand on your shoulders. Just help me out. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.